Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. You know it. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I told you guys I was going to talk about this. I'm not even sure where I'm going to go with this. I've got several ideas. I told you guys I was going to talk about Donald Trump and there's what he's been saying lately. And like I've said before, it scares me. It downright scares me. This man and the future of our country, the future of myself, my family, my friends, the country, the state, the town I live in, and Donald Trump. Donald Trump scares the bejesus out of me. So he posted this picture. I'm going to use this on my thumbnail. He posted a picture. Now, Alvin Bragg is the DA, that's in charge of the charges he's facing with Stormy Daniels. I won't get all into that. But there's Alvin Bragg is the DA. Donald Trump has said a lot of things over the last couple of days. He posted a picture. I'm going to use this on my thumbnail. Like I said, there's a picture of Alvin Bragg with his hands up, kind of like this, like he's saying, "Whoa." And then there's a picture of Donald Trump. I believe it's in the Oval Office. I think it was in a Made in America rally or exposition or something at some kind of nonsense at the White House that Trump was throwing, where he's holding a baseball bat. And see, Trump strikes me. You know, like I said, I've been in a lot of altercations. This is why I talk about this. Is Donald Trump and the fact that him and people like him scare me. I've lived a life of violence, and I know that there is absolutely no pleasure. There's no good feeling to it, win or lose. That's why I talk about it. But anyway, Donald Trump is in the Oval Office, and he's got one of those puckered smirks on his face, like he's a tough guy. I guarantee you, Trump has never landed his fist on anybody else in his life. Never. Man, the man's probably terrified. I know I was. Before I ever actually hauled off, I was terrified. I used to have dreams that I'd throw a punch. This is when I was like, I still remember these dreams from when I was a kid. Before I actually went ahead and belted somebody, I used to have these dreams that my fist was going so slow and I was trying to defend myself. Yeah, I guess that's like dreams of impotency. But the fact is, once I did do it, it came way too easy. It came without me even making the decision, which scares the heck out of me. Being a recovering addict, not having control over myself scares the hell out of me. But, okay, so anyway, Donald Trump. And he's posing with this baseball bat. And I'm trying to think of ways to convey to people that don't agree with me, Republicans, conservatives, and the like, Trump supporters, on how I feel about this. What if, like trying to think of scenarios where I could get my point across. So I started thinking about this. What if it was me? What if I had gotten arrested last night or the night before, and I posted something on Facebook, okay, with my nunchucks or a pointed weapon or something like that. When I posted that on Facebook, how would that come across? Would I get in trouble for that? I started thinking about this. What if, okay, so he got away with this. Like, even after January 6th, he apparently hasn't learned his lesson. Just Friday night, I think it was Thursday night into Friday morning, he talked about death and destruction in the United States if he's arrested. Seriously, this is what just amazes me. Out of all the American presidents, Biden's the 46th American president. There has not been one other guy that acted so shamefully and an embarrassment to this country that Trump is acting like right now. So I started thinking about this. Okay, so say he gets, he gets away with this base. It's a threat. It's an outright threat to the New York District Attorney, the DA, and they're actually looking to charging Trump for this picture, which I think is totally. That's what it is, a threat. Okay, what about this? What if, say, he gets away with this, and we know how he acts when he gets away with stuff. What if it was a woman? Okay, say next time it's a woman, DA, or somebody that angers him, because God knows it'll happen again. What if he puts the picture of the woman next to him? What if she's like laying down or bent over or shocked or, I don't know, some kind of compromising position that he finds on social media of the woman that has his ire at the time? What if he posts a picture of him unbuckling his belt or loosening his pants or something like that? What if he did something like that? Would that be okay? If I did it, would it be okay? So I started thinking about this. You know, I was going to say honestly, I live an honest life. I don't do things. I don't say things in these last 16 years that I have to lie about. My life is an open book. Okay, so what if I was accused of something? Donald Trump says he's being accused of something. What would I do if I was accused of something? If I was accused of a crime? What if I was accused of using drugs? That's one thing I'm very proud of, that I've been clean and sober for 16 and a half years, since October 23rd, 2006. What if I was accused of that? I think the first thing I would do is I'd say, give me a lie detector test. Give me a polygraph. I know polygraphs aren't admissible. Don't put it in the comments. But that's what I would say. That's the first thing I would say. I would stay relaxed, I think, because I know I didn't do it. I know I didn't do it, and I would believe that good would in my heart, I believe that good triumphs over evil and truth triumphs over lies. So I think I would stay calm. Then I remembered this, and yes, I'm going to go back to another example in my life. A lot of times, over the last 16 and a half years, I kind of forget stuff that's happened to me. So this picture of Donald Trump with the bat and the DA. So I started thinking about, what if I was falsely accused? Would I get angry? Would I take it out on social media, the person that was falsely accusing me? And I remembered I've been clean since 2006. I told you guys I was going to a recovery program. I will call it I don't want to call anybody out on this. This really happened. Medically assisted treatment. Okay. And this was around 2008, 2009. It was over 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I had a counselor. Now, in this particular treatment center, there's the nurses that give out the medicine, and then there's the counselors. The counselors come and go. I don't know if it's probably like an entry-level job at this place. It's a clinic. And they come and go, but the nurses stayed for the duration that I was going there. So over the time, I had a lot of different counselors, and they were in charge of, if you are doing good, if your urines come back clean, you get what they call take-homes. You don't have to go there to get your medication. You get privileges. Okay, and I had earned privileges. I think it was a week's worth, so I just go to this place once a week. Okay, I get a call. I have weekly. It was monthly urines. I got a call from my counselor after a couple days after urine. And she calls me up and she says, your urine is dirty. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I just kind of, I was like, no, it can't be, because I knew I had been clean. And she said it was dirty I can't remember what she said it was. Something I had never taken, like fentanyl. Back when I was using fentanyl, wasn't even around. I think, yeah, it was fentanyl. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I've never even touched this. So she says, Daryl, I don't know what to say. So I said, well, look, in the last 4 years I've been coming here, look at my history. I didn't realize that I had back surgery back in 2006 or 7, right after I started going there. So there was a couple drug tests that had come back, but it was with a good reason, because I had undergone surgery. She said, Daryl, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to have to take away all of your privileges. You're going to have to come here every day again. You're going to have to start at the beginning. It had taken me a year to get those take-home privileges. And I was upset, man, because I knew this couldn't be true. And how could this be? Because I would check the bottle for the random urine. They'd give you the slip with the name and the bottle and everything to make sure your name's on it. So I said, well, retest it. They said, Daryl, they already did retest it. So now I'm like, how could, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Is the karma coming against me for stuff I did years ago, or what? And I remember actually crying, because there was a lot of, I was 44 years old at the time, and I remember crying that night. There's a lot of other things going on in my life. I think I had to move. My place had been sold. I had to move, and there was people in my family that were in good health, and then this. So the next morning I said, well, they asked me, my counselor asked me to bring in all my medication. Says, your privileges are over. And I had just gotten my the week's worth take home. So it's like, okay, I got to, so I went along with it, even though I knew I was completely guilty. So I called her up that next morning, first thing in the morning. And I said, I'm coming in. I'm bringing all my take homes. This isn't right. This isn't true. I know for a fact I haven't been around anybody. I haven't touched anything. I haven't accidentally taken anything. I haven't taken any. No, this isn't accidental. I know that this is wrong, but I'm coming in, and I'll abide by your decision. All of a sudden, I get a call back 5 minutes later. This counselor tells me, Daryl, I'm so sorry. A person with your same name, somebody else, this is what she told me, somebody else named Daryl came up positive. And I mixed up the two phone numbers. And I called you instead. Now, I had been seeing this counselor for like a year. She must know me, my voice, my phone number. But this is why she said, I'm so sorry, Daryl. I'm so sorry. I meant to call this other person. I never heard of any other Daryl there. And apparently she said, not only did he have the same name as me, but his phone number was almost identical and it had been out on the same page or something. Just these list of coincidences there. But she was so sorry. I actually cried on the phone, right? I didn't get mad at her. I cried on the phone. Yeah, 44, 45 years old, crying on the phone because I was so relieved. And it's like, I told you. And I got off the phone and I thought about this. And I was like, what are the chances that really happened? I didn't think, honestly, in my heart, I don't think that ever really happened. I think it was some kind of bizarre power trip or test or something like that. This counselor is long gone. I haven't seen her in 10, 12 years. But she pressure, plus for a little while there, I almost felt like I did something wrong. Like I was actually guilty. It was a terrible feeling to have somebody accuse me of something that I had worked so hard to not be, that I knew I wasn't, using, and have this person, why would somebody do this to me? And I honestly think, in my heart of hearts, I believe it was on purpose. It was some kind of power trip test. Like honestly, I think somehow she didn't think it was possible that somebody could actually go 5 years and be successful and be clean and sober like I was. So she was going to do her own little test and get me to admit it. That's my, that's my take on that. And you know what I said to her? I said, I don't care. I don't care. Just as long as the truth's out, I'm happy. And I never held a grudge on that. And I was proud of that. It showed that I had changed. So that's one of the things that came to mind on how a innocent, honest person acts when they're accused of something. They don't get angry. They don't threaten. At least normal people. I call myself fairly normal. I was just relieved, and I just left it up to the truth and good will triumph, and it did. All right, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Trump posing with his baseball bat. I'd love to hear from a Trump supporter that doesn't think this is a big deal. If you think this isn't a big deal, then he's in his, he's totally in his right to do this. Please leave me a comment. Have a good Saturday.